Hi friends, and welcome to my channel. My name is Shio, and today we are going to take a look at what the new moon in Gemini is going to bring in for us. And before we get into the card picking portion of this reading, I just wanted to share a little more information about new moon in Gemini, when it's happening, and what energy is going to bring about for the collective. I'm also pretty new to all these new moon different zodiac sign energies, so as I'm learning these with you, I just wanted to share with the community and hope that you guys get something from it. So this new moon in Gemini energy is going to happen on June 6th, and typically the new moons last about 3 days. I know the moons does move through different phases, but the energy lasts and is going to accumulate there for about 3 days. And so with new moons, like always, it's a great time for you to manifest. If you want to start on a new project, it is a really great time to start implementing that. And especially in the Gemini energy, there's going to be a lot of talk happening. I feel that the collective is going to have a more talkative, bubbly energy, and you might be drawn to share more or express more of yourself in this season. But it also means that it could be a little difficult for you to focus on things, and you could find yourself getting sidetracked very easily. Not only that, in this new moon in Gemini energy, any event that happens could seem really significant. There's almost going to be like a magnifying glass put on events happening around you, and just as easily as they come and become a really big thing, they will also disappear and something else will take the spotlight just as easily. So in a sense, it just feels like there's going to be a lot of things that you're going to be focusing on, and also a lot of things that is going to draw and catch your attention in this period. And so with this energy, it is a great time for you to plant that metaphorical seed, and plant it without the expectation of constantly checking what it's going to grow into. So just plant the seed and wait for it to develop. It is going to develop down the line for you. And since communication is going to be very important this new moon season, it is going to be crucial that you write out your thoughts or you plan out what you want to say before speaking. So things like journaling could be very, very powerful tool in help you in aligning with what you want to manifest and the goals that you want to create. And also be very careful with how you want to communicate. So make sure that you think through about what you want to say, and try not to overindulge on just speaking. And so there would be this tendency that you might speak a little about what you are not too sure of. So just make sure that you think before you speak. And in a sense, since this energy is going to affect every one of us, when you do hear people telling you certain advice, giving you feedback, their opinions, just know that people will also tend to speak more than they should. So it is going to be important for all of us to filter through all these information that we're going to get from our surroundings to figure out which is going to be the best one for you. And so with that set aside, we're going to head straight into the reading portion, where I'm going to show you the 3 different groups that you are going to have today for your reading. And I really hope that you enjoy the rest of this video. Hi, and welcome to your 3 different groups. So if you have skipped the introduction, I have talked a little bit more about the new moon in Gemini energy. So if you're curious to know a general energy of what this new moon is going to bring for you, definitely take a look at the introduction. But if you just want to pick your groups, here are your 3 groups for this reading. Group number 1, we have the heart activation card. And group number 2, you guys got choose your adventure. And group number 3, we have sacred cave. So take a look at the groups to see which one is calling out to you. Once you are ready, the timestamps will be linked down in the description, and I will see you there for your reading. Hi group 1s, and welcome to your reading. You have chosen the heart activation card, and we are going to take a look at what this new moon in Gemini is going to bring in for you. So starting with this card talks about self-love and following your inner calling and diving deeper into self-healing and really mastering how to take care of yourself. So I believe that with this new moon in Gemini, you would start out the month by communicating whatever it is that you need to communicate to the world, almost like giving a to-do list for the people that are around you so that you can go inwards and you can disconnect from the rest of the world and start your healing process. So I believe that once this new moon comes in on, I believe it's the 6th of June, you're going to get all your ducks in a row, get everything in order so that you can start going into this state of relaxation and hibernation. I believe that this month you could be getting a lot of dreams, and there could be a lot of communication coming to you guys in terms of your dreams. So I'm also seeing that your spirit guides and your higher self are wanting to connect to you through your dream realm, almost in like it's like you're stepping through. This crystal is standing out to me a lot, and it's giving me the feeling that like you're stepping through the gates into this crystal palace in your dreams, where all your messages and all your guidance and all your healing is going to take place. So I think that your dreams are going to guide you to heal parts of you that needs to be healed, so that once this new moon energy is in full fruition, you're going to start that healing process. And once you're out of that new moon energy, you are going to transform into a whole new version of you. And then your next oracle card, you guys have the Wild Rose. Do it your way, embrace your uniqueness untamed. So I believe that you are going to do things that matters to you, and you're not going to care too much about what other people are going to say or what other people might think about the decisions that you're making, because you know deep down that this is what is truly meant for you, and that this healing journey, no matter how it's going to look like, it is what you need right now, right? So you are not going to be apologetic about it, no matter what people say, and no matter how people might judge you. You're going to take this healing journey and self-love and self-discovery your own way. And yeah, this is going to lead you to a lot of mysteries being unlocked for you. And then the next oracle card that you guys have is the Grandmothers. Remember your roots, perspective, trust the weaving. So I think that part of what you are going to heal in this new moon is ancestral wounds. So what that means is that we all kind of choose to be born into certain families, certain lineages, and certain lines, because there are certain repeating patterns that our grandmothers, great grandmothers, our whole ancestral line has had. And so these are lessons that our family has been put through, hoping that through generation and generation, a bit of knowledge and a bit of wisdom will be passed down, so that by the time it gets to you, or by the time it gets to the next generation, someone would have found a way to heal from this karma and from this wound. So that's the whole concept of ancestral wounds. And I believe that you're being guided by the spirits of your ancestors to help heal this wound. And I think that you're going to find a solution to break out of this pattern by going deeper inwards, and you'll find the solution to an ancestral pattern that you and your whole family lineage have gone through, starting this new moon in Gemini, group number 1. So that is for your 3 main oracle cards. Now we're going to take a look at a new deck that I have gotten. So this is the Seed and Sickle oracle cards, and we are going to pull 2 cards from this, and we're also going to take a look at the guidebook to see what the card wants to talk about. So Spirit, can we get one more card for group number 1s on what is coming towards them or what is changing for them this new moon in Gemini. So the first card that you got is Holly, and so I believe this is a winter card since you can see the Christmas holly. This deck has different seasons as well. So winter right off the bat is talking about going inwards and hibernating, since in winter all the plants kind of store their energy inwards. And let's take a look at the guidebook to see what it has to say for this holly card. So that is number 47, and that could be significant to you as well. And I guess the cards are not really labeled, but we did find it. So it says, like the lightning forks of a holly branch, you stand at a fork in the road, a decision before you. Which path will lead you where you want to go, and which may lead you to an unexpected destination or lead you astray. You're running out of time to make your choice, but know that once you've chosen your path, there's no turning back. Make sure you've thought this through carefully. So I believe that with this card, it is saying that you're at a fork in a road where you can basically choose where you want to go. And with the heart activation as well, I think what Spirit is saying is that you'll be given a lot of choices this season. This new moon, you'll see a lot of paths opening up for you, and not all paths are created equal. And I think to know which path you need to choose, you need to follow your heart, and you need to follow what is going to help you heal the most from the paths that lie ahead of you. Some paths might bring you towards more work and more stress and bring you further away from yourself, and some paths will bring you closer to your roots and will bring you closer to healing what is deep down. So I think a state of rest is really important so that you're not being bombarded by a billion communications and a billion signs. So make sure that you're taking rest whenever you need to. And your next card, you also have a mistletoe with a 48. This is kind of okay. So I shuffled the deck on the screen, and I just find it really cool that card 47 and 48 came out for you. And with the holly and mistletoe, they're both winter energy. Again, like you're being asked to just take that time to go inwards and really connect to your inner self and connect to your heart so that you can come to the best decision. With this mistletoe card, I am also seeing the Two of Swords. So again, it talks about a fork in the road. It talks about a decision that needs to be made. I think that this new moon in Gemini, you really will have to make a certain kind of decision that is going to be a very important, crucial turning point for you. So let's see what the guidebook has to say about this card. And I'm also getting an idea of what we should look into when it comes to your tarot. So for the mistletoe, you said you've been working hard lately and you might feel you're running out of energy. Mistletoe is a plant of community and promises. Take a moment to think about people who have offered you their support in the past. Have you taken up on that offer? Favors are hard to come by and even harder to call upon, but now is the time to ask. So I think this is also, community to me talks about how we mentioned that you have your spirit guides and your ancestors working with you this season. And I believe that if you need guidance, if you need help in making a decision, if you are unsure of which path to take, I think calling out to your ancestors for help is going to be very beneficial for you. So Spirit is saying don't be hesitant in asking them for help if you need to. Group number ones. All right, so for your tarot cards, I'm actually going to take a look at, so we're going to take a look at how you can discern when you come across that fork in the road, how you can best make that decision to know which path is the path you should take, right? So what are the signs that group number 1 need to look out for so that they can make the best decision for themselves? I know that we talked about following your heart, but what other signs are there? Are there clear indicators of what the right decision is going to be for them? So we have a few cards coming out. Spirit, can I have 5 cards for this question, please? Clear indicators to know what is going to be the path to choose, or the paths that lie ahead of them this new moon in Gemini for group number 1. Spirit, can I have 2 more cards? I'm going to take this and this. All right. So let's see what your cards have to say. So the first 2 cards that came out is the 9 of Cups as well as the 8 of Cups. So with this 2 card, I believe that you have a wish for something to happen. You have a desire. So one of the paths that is going to present itself to you is something that you've been wanting for a very long time. Like, it could be a wish that you've had since childhood. It could even be a wish that your family has, right? Like some families, they have wishes to I don't know, like plant root in a certain part of the world. So it could be a wish that is passed down through the generations for you, but it could also be that it's a wish that you've had since you were really young, and this wish involves you walking away from something that you have in the moment, like something that you've already built and established, and you have to walk into the unknown. So there's a kind of mystery to it, but it's also a kind of uncertainty to it as well. So yeah, like you following the path to have your wish come true is going to have you take a step out and explore the path, the unknown path that's in front of you. And then you also have the 10 of Swords. So I think Spirit is saying that you will have to, it's going to be a decision that is not going to be very easy to make. It's not like my dream is going to come true, I'm just going to walk away from what I have. I think this decision is going to weigh a lot on you, and you're going to end up having to think very deeply about this decision. So I think this is also why it is important for you to have time to yourself. Like, this is not going to be the month or the period in time where you should do a lot of things or keep yourself too busy. I think this is definitely the time where you need to clear up and create space as much as possible so that you can go through and process all these information and new perspectives and new opportunities so that you are able to make the best decision for yourself. And then we have, I can't show this card, so let me see if I can. We're going to try and cover this. Give me 1 second. Alright, so we've covered her up. The next card that you guys got was the Empress. And I kind of had a feeling that this card was going to come out when I was shuffling a deck. But with the Empress, I think something is coming into fruition for you. And it's like, this is like manifestation. This is your dream coming true. And I think that the paths that you're going to be shown it's such a big decision to make, only because it's going to lead you to having your wish fulfilled, having your dreams come true. And yeah, like, it's finally coming into fruition, and you're going to have so much abundance from it. Like, you're going to have so much abundance from taking the step into the unknown and into your dreams. And Spirit is saying that even though you're going to have to step into the unknown, you shouldn't go at it lightly. You should make sure that you have, oh, like what I said in the beginning, make sure you have all the ducks in a row. And so when you do have to take that step and make that leap, you're not leaping into dangerous territory because you've already planned as much as possible for how this is going to be. And I'm also getting a message with these two birds and the winter and having all the winter berries as well, is that even when it seems like times are hard, even when it seems like fruits can grow and it's not a season where you're going to have a lot of fruits, right, to your labor, you're going to be surprised that even during the winter months, even during the winter energy, you'll be well supported and provided for. So if taking a step away is going to make you feel like you're not going to be supported, Spirit is saying that that's not true, and that there's going to be plenty of nutrition and support and fruits all around you so that you can take care of yourself and take care of your family while you embark on this journey into the unknown. And you have the Page of Swords. So with this energy, I think of I feel like the two paths that you're going to have to take is going to come, is it focusing? Okay. The two paths that you're going to take is going to come in like some kind of an email, like some kind of a message. Someone is going to send you, check your emails. That's what I'm getting. Someone is going to send you an email where you're going to get an opportunity that you weren't expecting. And this communication is going to come pretty quickly, but it's also going to be something that you're not used to. So it's going to, if you were to choose to embark on this journey and to accept this email and accept this offer that's coming in for you, it's going to be a journey that you're going to have to start fresh from. And you have some knowledge, right? You're not like the Ace of Swords where you have completely zero clue how to start on this journey. You've already gone through number 1 to 10. So you do have the base knowledge of what is needed on this new path. However, you're still not masterful at it. So Spirit is saying, like, don't be disheartened because you think that this is going to be a new path for you. You do have the foundations and what it takes to embark on this journey, but it's also going to allow you to learn a lot of new things as well. So yeah, group number 1, that is the reading that I have for you guys today for what the new moon in Gemini is going to bring in for you. I really hope that you enjoy this reading. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. And if it resonated, be sure to give me a like, comment, or subscribe to my channel. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye. Hi, group number 2s. My cat wanted to say hi. We'll see if we can do a reading around him. But this is the card that you guys have chosen, and it says, choose your adventure, lucid dreams, conscious discoveries, and manifestation. So I believe that with this new moon in Gemini that is coming in for you, what is going to be expected is that you could be doing a lot of lucid dreaming, and that is when you are very aware that you're dreaming, or you could also wake up and remember most of your dreams as well. But this card is also talking about, you see how with the many gates, that you are going into a time where a lot of doorways are opening up for you. It's almost like you can choose your adventure, you can choose where you want to be. And I think this is like a very common energy with this new moon in Gemini that I'm seeing, is that for a lot of us, we have many different opportunities and doorways opening up for us, and we are put into the power where anything that we want to manifest is going to happen. And that also means that we're also given a lot of choices as well. And sometimes as people, it might be difficult to come up with what the best decision could be, right? What the right decision could be for you to make. So we're going to see if we can get guidance on what the right and the good decision for you could be. Group number two, sorry. All right, and then we are going to go into your next two oracle cards. So starting with your first card, this says Sub Rosa, hidden in plain sight, mysteries, learning, and teaching. So I believe that you are going to also embark on a journey where you're going to learn a lot from the people and the community that are already right in front of you. So it's not that you're going to meet new people and learn things from the new people, but you're going to gain a lot of knowledge that you didn't know that you had in the community around you for this new moon in Gemini. So a lot of guidance that is coming in, but already from the people that you know. All right, and then you guys also have the second bloom. A second chance is never too late, new possibilities. So I'm also seeing that one of the doors that are opening up for you is a resurgence of something from your past. So something that you thought was over, something that you thought has died, is going to come back to play. This could be a past relationship, a past dream, a past goal that you had, but something that you had given up on, something that like you just didn't think that there's going to be a round two to it, is actually going to come back in a very surprising way for you. So I think that in general, when I'm looking at your oracle cards, I do see that there's a lot of learning that's going to happen for you, but more so, I just see that this new moon is going to bring about so many different opportunities for you, and you're going to have a lot of choices in what you can do. Spirit is not really giving any kind of advice like what you should be doing. Is just letting you know that you're gonna have to be faced with a lot of choices in this new moon energy. A lot of things are manifesting for you. I think it is also important for you to have not really discernment, but for you to be clear about what you want to manifest. So if you have different dreams that you really want to achieve, if you have different wish lists, things that you want to have in your life, Spirit says that when you are clear on what you want to have in your life, those things would come about for you. So just have a clear vision of what you want to achieve or create. Now we're going to go into our next oracle card. So this is the Seed and Sickle, and this is a new deck for me, so we are going to be reading from the guidebook as well. This deck comes with two different guidebooks, one for the dawn and one for dusk. So dawn is talking about new energy, and I thought it was appropriate for a new moon reading. So we're going to see what your cards has to say. You guys have Rowan with number 21. So I'm not too familiar with this plant, but I do see right off the bat from the picture itself, I see the red thread or the red string of fate. And if you're unfamiliar with this concept, I think it's from Asia, but we believe that you and your soulmate are tied to each other with a red string on your pinky. And it's like, if you're familiar with Invisible String by Taylor Swift, it's that concept of you being tied to your soulmate by a string, and that string may go on forever and you might get tangled in other strings, but at the end of the day you have one string that you're tied to, and then you are going to come into union with that string. So a message that I'm getting is that one of the doorway that is opening up for you this new moon is that you are meeting your soulmate, which is very interesting. But not just your soulmate. I think you're meeting the person that you're meant to be with in this lifetime. This person that is going to bring about a lot of passion for you. But this is a very important person that's going to help you grow and learn a lot and teach you a lot of lessons, group number 2. But let's see what the guidebook has to say about this card. So we have Rowan. I'm trying to see where that is. Okay, so it is in the summer season as well. So I think that with that, this is an energy that is really going to come about really very quickly, because we are approaching summer in a few months. And this says rowan trees are seen as a symbol of tenacity, capable of growing in the tiniest crevices in cliff sides and rocks. You've been doing a lot of the same recently, growing well in spite of the uncertain ground you stand on, and your determination will pay off once you realize you've got an advantage over those who've had an easier path. It's easy to envy others for thriving, but give yourself credit for having thrived in adversity. So this is such a beautiful message. I think this is Spirit saying that the doorways are opening up for you because you worked hard, you thrived in tenacity, you were given so many like the world tried to knock you down. You were given so many obstacles and challenges to face, and yet you taken them on, and with every challenge you've grown stronger, you've become better, you've become wiser. And so these doorways are now opening up for you because you have transformed into this whole new being that is deserving of all these miracles and blessings that are coming in. And then your next card, you have the sickle. To me, the sickle represents reaping, right? So we use the sickle when finally it's time to harvest what you've planted. So I think this message that I'm getting is that you are harvesting everything that you've planted in this new moon. Like, there is no warning or there is no advice for me, because I feel like you are in that bonus round where you're in this level where there's no enemies, there's no obstacles for you to go across. You're just there to collect all the treasures, and that's the energy that I'm getting with this new moon. Such a beautiful energy. And I believe the sickle is the last card. Let me see. Definitely. So this is the last card of this deck. And it says, you've done it. This card represents finality and endings. All your hard work has come to fruition, and now it's time to reap the rewards. The sickle is a tool for harvesting, a link between your body and the bounty you have worked for through your own expansion. Your harvest is gathered, your loose ends tied off, and you can draw a deep breath, knowing that you've earned every moment of this. And just around the corner, the next spark of inspiration awaits. Oh, this is such a beautiful energy, group number 2. I love it. Okay, so your oracle portion of this reading was pretty straightforward. Now let's take a look at the tarot cards to see what else Spirit has to say for this new moon in Gemini energy and what is bringing in for you. I don't feel like we need to ask for any advice. I want to see what more, like what are the doors that are opening up for you, because I don't think you need advice. I think you just need to be in this energy and allow things to happen and like watch the beauty unfold for you. So Spirit, can we get 3 more cards, please, for group number 2s to see what this new moon in Gemini is going to bring in for them. So we're going to start out with the cards that came out last. You have the King of Cups. So we talked about meeting your soulmate, but I really think that you are going to be meeting somebody who is going to be able to offer you all the emotional fulfillment. Like, definitely one of the doors that are opening up for you is that you're meeting the partner that you want to have. You're meeting the person that you want to build a relationship with, and somebody who's going to able to offer their heart and everything for you. You also have the Ace of Swords. So this talks about the new beginning that's around the corner. You're going to have a great time just basking and harvesting everything that you have sown, but also the fact that you have leveled up to a whole new being, and that you're ready to take on a new idea, a new creation, once you're done with the harvest, once you have moved on from the harvesting energy. You guys have the Chariot, so definitely a fast, forward-moving energy. The Chariot to me talks about moving in a direction. However, it is also important that with the Chariot, like the two forces need to move in the same direction or it's not going to go anywhere. So with the Chariot, what I'm seeing is that while you're in the time of harvest, right, these horses are not necessarily going to move, and that is fine. It is important for you as the person riding the chariot or controlling the chariot to know the direction that you want to take and the next direction that you want to move towards before you actually start moving. So I think if there was going to be any advice, Spirit is saying make sure you stay in this moment of rest and this moment of stillness so that you know where you want to go next and you can go towards that destination in the fastest speed possible. You also have Three of Swords. So I believe that with this card, you're moving. It's kind of almost like a hug from the spirit, right? Like you've been through adversities and you've been through like the Rowan card. Like you have gone through the karma, you've worked through the karma, you have done all the work that you need to do. And I know that in the journey that you had to take, it wasn't always beautiful, it wasn't always painless. And because of all the pain that you've had to suffer, and because of all the heartache that you had to suffer, you've learned so much from it, you've grown so much from it, and that is why right now you have become the person that is deserving of all this blessing. Not to say that you need to go through adversities to deserve a blessing, like you don't have to suffer to get great things in your life, but for you, you've suffered. Like there's no if about it, right? Like you've definitely gone through a lot in your life, but you've just become more and more beautiful with every adversity that life threw at you. And therefore, you deserve all these beautiful blessings in your life and more. And that's what Spirit is trying to say with the Six of Wands. Again, like this is the energy of victory. So you've gone through so much and you've become victorious in every single challenge. And so you're now this hero of your own life. You're a hero of the your spiritual team. Like they're so proud of you and they're so proud of what you've gone through and what you've managed to learn and the person that you've become. And you also have 10 of Wands. I know this usually talks about having to carry a lot on your back, but I think with this card especially, it looks a little different. The 10 of Wands doesn't seem too heavy, and she also seems like she has a great way of carrying it. So even though you had to carry a lot on your back in the past, I think you have learned new ways of coping and new ways of working through the challenges so that it doesn't weigh on you as heavily as before anymore. And Spirit is saying right now you might not have the energy to want to move forward. You just want to maybe take a break for an indefinite amount of time, but you are going to be moving forward and you are going to have more come into your life. And Spirit says that when you do get up and you do move, you'll realize that whatever you need to carry, the responsibilities that you need to carry, are not going to be as heavy as you thought they were going to be. And yeah, that is the energy that I have for you guys today for the New Moon in Gemini reading. I really, really hope that this reading resonated with you. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. And I would also really appreciate it if you guys could leave a like, comment, or subscribe to my channel. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye. Hi Pal 3 and welcome to your reading. We are going to start out with the Oracle card that you chose, and you guys have the Sacred Cave. This talks about spiritual growth, a period of gestation and introspection. And this is such a beautiful card. I think that what this new moon in Gemini is going to bring forth for you is definitely some kind of introspection. I believe that you will be guided to go more in touch with nature and kind of disconnect from the world almost. I think the new moon in Gemini is helping you learn more about the cycles of nature and the cyclical nature of the world. I think that if you feel you've been very unhealthy lately, or you find it difficult to fall asleep, you feel that you're not getting good rest, I think you guys are being guided to heal your physical health. Like I feel like this group is a very physical health centered group. So what Spirit is saying is that if you find yourself having the difficulty to rest and get proper nutrition, I think some grounding work and being connected to the magnetic fields of the earth is going to help you in realigning with the energy of the world, especially starting from new moon. If you wanted to take a bath or just make new moon manifestation water so that you can drink it throughout the month, is going to be really significant for you. But using the energy of nature around you is going to help you a lot in this process, or this next part of the journey that you're going to go through. And then your next oracle card, you guys have We Are Nature, becoming grounded, embodiment, living in connection. So I know we were just talking about being grounded. I really think that that's a very strong message coming for you. And I almost feel like along the way you kind of forgot that you don't have to rely on all these chemicals and all these external interventions to help you feel better. I think you might have forgotten that you can use nature to heal. You can use nature to heal not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. And the beautiful thing is when you do things like grounding, right? Grounding work, it takes nothing, it costs nothing. Grounding is basically when you go out to the grass and stand barefoot, like bare feet on the grass, or just lie down on the grass, on the ground, just wherever that's not touched by humans. So not on concrete and not on your floor, but in a, your backyard and something like that. And just being in nature, listening to the sounds around you and smelling the dirt, feeling the breeze and the sun on your face, like that healing is going to be very beneficial for you, group number threes. So definitely get more in touch with nature. I think nature has a lot to offer you in this period in time. Start with cleansing yourself with the new moon's energy and drinking water that is charged by the new moon. And in the morning, using the sun and the ground to energize and magnetize yourself. I think that's going to really help you with your healing process and take your body to a whole new level of energy. All right, and then your next oracle card, you have Mother Rose, returning to each other, compassion, humanity. So I think this card to me talks about learning the connectedness of the world. I think that in your process of healing holistically, in your process of learning to live with the cycles of the moon and the sun and the earth, and just syncing yourself to nature, is going to help you feel tapped in and connected to the energy of the world. And this world is amazing because if you were to take a look at it, trees are everywhere, flowers are blooming, money exists, like abundance exists, love exists, people care for each other. And when you're disconnected from the energy, that's when you start to do things that are detrimental to the world, detrimental for the people around you, detrimental to yourself. And that's how you start to hurt yourself, in this process. So I think you coming in one with nature, coming into the cycle of nature, is going to open up almost like new ideas and new understandings for you about the connectedness of the world. And I feel like that's going to play a very big role in the next steps that you will take in your life. It's almost like you're going to end up becoming an environmentalist, or maybe you end up learn how to recycle better. Because in my state, it's not a state that recycles, and it kind of drives me crazy because I'm like, we could be doing so much more for our planet. But anyway, yeah, so I believe that something is going to spark in you from you just being in one with nature, and that's going to help you be in alignment with your soul's purpose almost. All right. I keep having to adjust my camera setting because the sun keeps going in and out and it gets too overexposed sometimes. But anyway, we're going to move on to the next part of the reading. So we are going to use the new oracle card that I have, and this is the Seed and Sickle. It is such a beautiful deck, and we're going to get some more guidance on what you can expect with the new moon in Gemini. So we'll see what we got. And we're also going to read from the guidebook as well. This deck comes with two different guidebooks. We have the Dawn guidebook right now, and there's also the Dusk version, and they have different meanings in it, different messages in it. The Dawn guidebook talks about new energies and kind of like a new journey that's starting out for you, which I thought is going to be quite relevant with this new moon energy. So let's see what card you guys have. You have Poppy. So, okay. So Poppy, to me, represents. It's almost funny how there's like a skull in here, because I'm not sure if it's a common understanding or meaning of poppy, but to me, poppy represents death. Because I feel like those are flowers that you put in memory garden for the people who have passed on. And this card is also to me symbolizing that, how do I put it? It's like from death comes new growth, right? Like how when we die, our body becomes one with nature again. It becomes fertilizer for the soil. Not just our body, but like bodies of animals, bodies of trees. Like we go back to the earth, and then that energy from the earth replenishes new life to bring forth. So it's like, again, like being one with nature and understanding like the unity that we have, how everything plays a part even in death. And let's see what the guidebook has to say about the poppy. So we'll find it. So it is a spring card as well, and spring means that there's new things starting out for you, new development coming up for you. And well, let's see what the poppy is. I think I just saw it. Hang on. There we go. Poppy. The devil's in the details, and old protection against pursuit by monsters involves scattering poppy seeds in your path. Spirits are compelled to stop and count any small items that they come across, so this difficult task will slow them long enough for you to escape. Try not to get too entangled in the details, or you'll find yourself coming to a complete stop. It's time to let a few of the less important factors slide for the sake of moving forwards. So, okay, so that also tells me that in this new moon energy, try not to get lost in the minutiae of things. So this new moon in Gemini especially will come with a lot of people around you telling you a lot of different things, like a lot of different messages. They'll be so opinionated, and they will have so much to say to you. And if you were to look into every single thing that people tell you and research on it, make sure that it's correct, you're not going to be able to get to your goal and your destination in the time that you want to get to. So it's going to slow you down. So Spirit is saying that, yeah, people are going to tell you a lot of things, but you don't have to look into every single one of them. Look into a few that you think could be credible and could be correct and could be good for you. But of all things, like above all things, make sure you are following your intuition and your own guidance in this new moon's energy. And then your next card, you have Buttercup. So this is such beautiful flowers. I think Buttercup also symbolizes like innocence very sweet, young energy. So, oh, and you also have, okay, so Buttercup is the card before Poppy. So you have number 5 and number 6 in your reading. I think that could be significant for some of you guys. But I also see progression. I think that you are on this development of growing and understanding and becoming your own person, your own self. That's why you're diving in and like you're tapping into one with nature, because becoming our own self, you're not really lonely and you're not really by yourself, because we are all connected. And so when you, it's so hard to explain what I have in my head, but it's almost like as you connect to the big like infinite connectedness of the universe, you also learn more about yourself. It's almost like you seeing the bigger picture of the universe will help you tap deeper into your single self. Yeah, and so let's take a look at what the card has to say for Buttercup. It says, a Persian legend tells of a prince who fell in love with a beautiful nymph. So taken was he by her beauty that he serenaded her day and night, certain that she would come to love him back. Take heed of the prince's determination and keep moving towards your goal, even if at times it can seem as though nothing is changing. Your passion and determination will pay off with time. So that's a beautiful, beautiful guidance. Spirit is saying, don't listen to the chatter and noise that is around you. Make sure you're not being drowned in the detail. Make sure that this new moon energy, you're using it and channeling it to move towards your goals. So again, if you want to make new moon manifestation water, anything to help you feel like you're taking a step towards the goal that you want to achieve or the life that you want to create, do that, because that forward movement energy, forward movement action is going to be important for you. Group number 3 in this new moon cycle. So Spirit, can we have a few more cards for any additional messages that you have for group number 3s? Can we get additional messages, please, Spirit, for what you have for group number 3s? This new moon, let's take this one. Can we get 2 more cards? Okay. Ah, that's way too many. I'm taking this one. There we go. Okay, so let's see what Spirit has for you. Oops. I dropped all my tarot cards. It's okay. I'll pick it up later. All right, so starting with the King of Wands. So you are going to move forward in like a passionate way, right? Like it's not just that. I also feel that you're going to be able to stand in your confidence and stand in your power. I think this new moon is going to unlock a whole new level of power for you and confidence in yourself. You also have 7 of Cups. So with this card, I feel like you are tapping into your dreams, and you are it's giving me the energy of having so many options to choose. It's also kind of representing how we talked about there's going to be a lot of messages and noise around you. I think this is part of that energy as well. There's going to be so many options for you to choose from, that it is going to be important for you to stand in your power in order to know what path you need to take. You also have the Magician. This is confirmation from Spirit that you are the alchemist. You are the creator of what you want to manifest in the world. Like, you have everything that it takes because you are the universe. Every one of us is some kind of incarnation of the energy of the universe. So all of us have the power to create this beauty the universe has created, and the beauty that exists in every single one of us is also inside of you. So remembering that and making sure that you have the confidence in your ability to create your future is strongly rooted inside of you. You also have a 9 of Swords. So this goes back to the health part of your reading, where you could be having a lot of sleepless nights. You could be staying up all night, and it could be because you're contemplating, or maybe you're focusing so much on the details of how to get there and how to specifically reach your goals that it's keeping you up at night and you're losing sleep. And that is why you're being asked to do the practice of grounding and connecting to nature, because your inspiration and like seeing the bigger picture will make sure that you're not focusing on the minutia of little details, and that's going to help you get out of this stagnation and move forward into the goal that you want to achieve. And then you have Ace of Cups, so this is going to be a very fulfilling new journey for you once you have come out of this like lack of sleep, like insomnia energy. You'll finally be able to see that your cup is never empty and it's never going to be empty. That there can be fulfillment everywhere. If you're able to see how your action leads to the connection to other people, you're never truly alone. And I think that you'll discover that there's a journey that you can take that is going to help you fulfill yourself emotionally. And it's a journey that you will discover in this coming new moon. So group number 3, that is the reading that I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for being here and allowing me to do this reading for you. And I really do hope that the reading resonated with you guys. And if it did, be sure to leave me a like, comment, or subscribe to my channel. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye!